and sweet.
Oh, sweet. Now it got a nice Borderlands touch to it.
I do. I figured I'd make it all Border Squads for the month, and the next month is going to be all kinds of Halloweens.
Cool.
Mm.
You got the Borderlands. Did you play any of it yet, or are you kind of waiting to christen that package?
Me and the wife did this morning, and not really this morning. It was kind of throughout the day.
Cool.
So yeah, it was fun. Kind of just had that day be. I don't know. We don't really get too many opportunities for it to be us day, especially with the football. And hello to all the folks popping in here. It's very, very difficult, man. Not many people know this, but we actually go to kind of like a virtual therapy thing, right? To kind of just we're trying to kind of just become closer folks and just kind of find ways to keep us kind of together. I mean, not that we're like falling apart or anything like that. It's just like one of those like, hey, let's be ahead of anything that potentially could happen. And the last session we had, I mean, and I knew this, but like I guess verbalizing it felt kind of gross because Monday Night Football, Tuesday is football, the pod. Wednesday is baseball now. Thursday is watching football. Friday is the X's. Saturday is another episode of football, and Sunday is literally all
watching football.
So it's less. She does not like this time of the year, and I don't blame her. Not that I'm like some kind of great catch or whatever, but it's still your partner, right?
Yes.
You want to have time other than just kind of in passing, right? And and that's not to mention all of the work I'm doing in between the shows and stuff like that. Like there used to be at least on Sundays, it was the Sunday night games or afternoon games would end, and I had about 45 minutes to kind of just give her some time. But now that time is now allocated to updating the spreadsheet. So, like Sunday, I am generally speaking just not a person that giving any type of attention. Like I am, but I'm not. Like it's very half-hearted.
I mean, y'all having communication or even the recognition that y'all need to keep the communication open, and even including such as a third party or a mediator, so to speak. Right. Just recognizing the problem is 80% of the battle. I mean, for y'all to recognize that y'all need to talk this out, y'all are ahead of that curve before, because the average couple or marriage that falls apart, it's too late. They don't say nothing to each other until it gets unbearable, or it spirals out of control, and to the point where you're past reason, you're past talking, and she got her hands up pouting, and you got your hands up pouting. I mean, for y'all to take that break in the past to even recognize it, is a great accomplishment on both of y'all parts to begin with. But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you just laid out the schedule. It's an everyday thing for you, and then just add in you got to work too. Who knows what you bring home from work? I mean, because you could leave it at the office all you want, but 70% of the time, that's you. It depends on what kind of job you got. I know I can't leave, but put it this way: I work from home, but at the same time, even when I wasn't working from home, and when we met at said job,
right,
I never left it at the office. It's impossible. I mean, you had to bring it home. I mean,
luckily enough, My job is, hold on real quick. Cheeks, what do you mean, buddy? I'm not sure exactly what you are getting at there. So if you can explain that a little bit, I'd appreciate that so I can kind of answer that correctly. Yeah, no, the job I have, it is very easy to leave it at work. So, and I do work at home sometimes. Like I'm working home this Monday because the kid has an appointment, and I'm probably working at home Wednesday and Thursday on top of that because she has to go out of town for some kind of audit or something like that, and it's just easier to do. It's easier to do the work at home rather than her grab, her grab me from work. It's just it's an unnecessary pain when I have the ability to do what I do at home. So
yeah, I didn't know your job had allowed you. I thought that you had to always, be in the office. That's good flexibility that they allow you to kind of take a hybrid role, right?
Yeah. I mean, realistically, like if I really, really wanted to, I could work at home every day if I wanted. But it's one of those deals where I don't really want to do that. I kind of dig working in the office here, especially because there's so much to know with what I do. Like, I mean, I've asked a few times, like it probably is going to take a year to get kind of everything understood from a pretty comfortable level. And I'm like 3.5 months in. So not for nothing though, the fact that I am comfortable enough with my own kind of abilities and they are comfortable enough with allowing me to do that leads me to believe that I am doing well enough. It is a I wouldn't say it's a difficult job necessarily. There is just so much to know. And as much as my mind has to go for this stuff, I honest to God don't know how I do it. I really, and that's not like a flex or anything. My mind is always being pulled. So, but I enjoy that. It's weird. Like I love feeling overwhelmed, but this would probably be very overwhelming for most folks. I'm comfortable with it. So I'm a little broken there, but
you like to keep stirring, like you want to always have something, 2 or 3 things extra that you got to do. But I mean, I definitely get the whole, getting acclimated to a new job because we both were at previous said job for X amount of time. You had learned the job like the back of your hand, but going into a new establishment, a new environment, I was a little frustrated the first couple months or 2 months because I was just like saying to myself, I can't wait till I know everything. That I don't have to pause and be hesitant. It's just like a football player that, you don't want to keep learning the playbook. You want to be free. You want to just be playing loose because you know what's coming next. So it took me like a whole year to, like you said, like a year to get to the point where, hey, I know this, I know that. I don't really have to ask. I mean, you never know everything, but at the same time, you know more and more each day, and you take more into you add more tools to your tool belt, and you take more into the next day, into the next day, into the next day, until nothing really stumps you. And it takes a while to get there, and that's a very kind of edgy, uncomfortable feeling until you do get there.
And this part is the flex. I was very, very good at what I did at Xfinity. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them places. I'll name drop, bitch. Let's go. I was very, very good at what I did, and you saw some of it, but you left, so you didn't really see me come into kind of my quote unquote own. But
I mean, I noticed a couple of times that, I would come over and, you're just ending your shift. You probably like had 10 or 15 minutes left. And I seen you in that room and you were just like backed up. Like you weren't even concerned even a little bit, but you were like that in the office. Like I said, everyone talks to the customer. They're all edgy and, very afraid to make a mistake. You were talking to the motherfuckers like you were on their couch with your feet up on their coffee table drinking the beer. I'm like, this dude, that's how he talked to the customers.
It'll work. And funny enough, I kind of do the same here too. On the very few occasions where I actually have to, talk to somebody, because I probably talk to maybe 4 or 5 people a day. I'm usually just kind of working tickets. I essentially kind of work a help desk. So
okay.
I work a help desk. To explain what I do, I work kind of, how gas stations and convenience stores and just bodegas and whatever, how they used to do their inventory and how they operated their registers kind of in-house, right? They had these little scanner things and whatever. It was all kind of in-house. Well, the place that I work, they have their own software that they pay for, and we basically manage their kind of price book and the technical aspects of the price book, talking to the registers and all the different types of registers, and any issues that can kind of come up with that, we handle. So it's not insanely technical, but just the insane amount of little idiosyncrasies for every single thing, because there's about 4 or 5 different registers that get used, and each of them operate differently, and they all operate differently with the price book and the back office software. So it's interesting because it very much, and it works. This is why it works for me. I'm very much a puzzle person, right? I want to fix the problem, but then I also want to make sure it doesn't happen anymore. But I also want to find out why it happened. So the frustrating part for me is coming from Xfinity, knowing literally everything you could probably know in my field, then going to a place blind, and then having it be not something you can catch on in a few months. It's going to take a literal year. That's very difficult for me to handle and deal with, because 9 years in the game, you're so accustomed and acclimated to knowing everything, and then going there and not knowing it, and knowing that you can't know it. Like that's you can't, there's nothing you can do to know it. It just has to happen.
You have to just accept that you don't know it. Like it's going to gradually come. And being as a controlling type of, person, I think we both are, you want to have full control over the whole situation. And when you don't have that control, it bothers you. It's like,
No, yeah. I mean, call a spade, man. That's exactly what it is. Like, not being in control of that situation, and then my quote unquote, not fate, but not having, like, I'm driving, but I'm like learning to drive, right? I have like the wheel on both ends, and I'm pretending to drive. I have control, but like the actual driver's like, if need be, hold my beer and I'll handle this thing. So, but yeah. I mean, it's good. I'm happy with it, man. I am. I'm not really sure how we got on this tangent, but that's kind of what happens here.
Well, I mean, we got on it because, you're very busy, and we first started, you talking about the virtual, you and your wife, you were putting some time together, and then we, added in the whole, hey, you got a new job that you're not totally 100%, comfortable with yet, so that's how we kind of went out on that tangent.
Yeah. So anything interesting on your side? Anything kind of worth kind of yapping about?
No, just business as usual. I mean, about to put the second week of the football in the tool belt, but other than that, man, it's just that same anticipation, that anticipation from Friday to Sunday where you're like, just fucking get here already. You're just waiting on these games. And
You know what? It sucks for us because we're not college people, right?
Saturday means nothing to me. It's like my errand day. It's like, what?
It's unfortunate because Saturday you're just like, okay, cool. I'm awake. Okay, cool. Great,
it's like that buffer placeholder day where you're just waiting.
Day. It is a wasted off. Yeah. And it's funny because generally speaking, when it's not football season, we're basically doing the same thing we're doing on Saturdays anyway. But knowing that we don't have anything to really like look forward to, we actually end up enjoying the weekend more because we actually get 2 days. It is so weird. It is.
Yeah, when it's not during the football season, it definitely I feel like I did have a full weekend off. But during the football season, it feels like, just the football day, and Saturday. It just moves faster. I don't know. It moves faster, but it moves slowly too, because you're wanting us to hurry up and speed up to Sundays. Right. And then once the games are done, then you're pissed because the weekend went too fast. You're like, God damn, back to work.
You cannot win, and it is maddening. It is maddening. I usually get, swindled into getting some things done around the house or, outside the house on Saturday.
Yeah.
But, still, it's not like, oh, I wanted to do that. It's like, but even if I was left to my own devices, what am I doing? I'm just like, okay, all right. Okay, it's 8:00 in the morning. Holy Christ. Okay, great. All right, let's do something. What time is it? It is 8:20. Cool, wonderful. Oh my God.
It is 8:20.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, but yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing spectacular. Just going through the normal BAU, business as usual. Put in those days that we talked about. Make sure I got the day after Thanksgiving off, got the day after Christmas off, making sure because. In the environment we've been in, those days get taken immediately. And, being low on the seniority totem pole, I almost never could get those days, but I was able to get them next year.
What day is Christmas? Is it Friday?
It's a Thursday. The Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving all on a Thursday this year. Yep.
Okay. I will probably just work at home the day after Christmas. Just kind of do that because I don't really have a reason to really like have it off. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
What is it? I thought about this a few days ago because I don't know if you knew this or not. I always watch. Bob's dog his name is Thor.
Yes. Remember that? Yeah. During Christmas time, you always have him over.
Yeah, I always watch so Bob can go out, see his family and all that. So I'm curious to see how the new puppy, how he interacts with Thor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That should be fun. And Bob's simple. I text Bob like a week ago. He's like he didn't know what I was talking about. It was like, did you forget I have a second? He's like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah. Did you not? So, that should be fun. Thor has the worst breath ever, though. Holy shit!
Dude, you said that last year. You were like, God damn your breath.
What do you fucking eat? But yeah, it's a good time. We're not doing anything. We're not going anywhere this Christmas. So, obviously, you're. I don't even need to speak it, but you already know what it is with Christmas here. So, we'll figure that out. But yeah, guess let's get down to brass tacks here, boys. So I don't remember who whether it was Stones or Rams, one of them, they added this to the wheel on the Patreon thing, which is still up and running here. So, that's an ongoing thing. You want to add things to the wheel for the draft, please do.
Yes.
But I don't know who did this one, but it is an interesting one because we did the top 5 sports moments to our last live show of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this one is kind of, I ain't going to say redundant, but it's kind of similar. But at the same time,
is. And I was like, I had to look at it. I'm like, wait, what did we do before? I was like, oh, no, it's different. It's different. So it is the top 5, our top 5 of Pittsburgh athletes. And I have been on a bit of a thing, especially with like the baseball show as well. I'm adding, when I do lists, I try to add people that I actually saw, right? Or saw to a degree. So with that being said, no, my list is not full of that, but probably going to ruffle some feathers with some of my picks because they're not like, oh, how did you not do? Because, dude, I'm fucking 39. That's why.
Yeah.
It just feels disingenuous. Like this is supposed to be our personal list, not the GOAT lists and yada yada yada. But did you struggle at all with this one, or did it kind of come pretty easy?
I mean, I tried to stick to the theme of the same thing that we talked about in the greatest moments, where you wanted to be a part of it. Did you see the player play? But it was impossible to leave these 70s players off this list for me this time.
I get it.
And I think I'm going to probably lump them. I mean, at first I labeled them out in the top 5, but I think I'm going to kind of combine, certain players from a certain era into that era. I mean, so
why do you always make up your own fucking rules? Always making up rules. It's a top 5 motherfuckers with 12 people. Like,
mean, my thing is, when you said top Pittsburgh athletes, I thought of not players that just played here and maybe went on to other teams. I'm talking about these are Pittsburghers for life. They can't escape the reputation. Like, no matter where they go or where they've been, they're going to always be known for Pittsburgh. They bleed black and gold. Put it this way, you cut them open, they bleed black and gold. You don't really recall them with another team. If it was maybe a 1 year or 2 year thing before they retired. But these people, no matter, they're going to go to the grave being remembered from a plan for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. No, I'm in agreement with that. That pretty much fits the narrative. Like, it's going to be a mixture of, players that obviously that stayed here a long time, and maybe their whole career, or maybe they weren't here that long, but what they did here cemented them. Like, they are. Yeah, I think answering that question, I think you put it in the best terms possible. That's going to be how this is going to go. So, I would like to do this in such a way, and I'm hoping that you kind of did it this way, kind of like a countdown. And if you didn't, maybe just try to put something together real quick. But I kind of want to go from 5 to 1,
okay,
and go from there. I know that's not really your forte all the time. I probably should have mentioned that to you, but I kind of also thought about it. Well, you can also just say it in reverse order, because in my head, when you start doing your list, the first thing that's going to come to your mind is going to be your number 1.
Yeah.
So I would say if you didn't actually list them in a way, just tell me what you did in reverse order. So who would be your number 5 here? Or Who are your three people at number 5? I should say.
Yeah, my three people at number 5. I didn't see them play. Great parts of
Is
the
it really
70s.
three people?
It really is. Yeah.
That's funny. I was just fucking with you. That's great.
I mean, they all from the same era, but they bleed black and gold. Everybody, knows them for being, these are Steelers from the 70s team. Joe Green, Terry Bradshaw, and Franco.
Yeah.
They're all from that same era. But, Franco, I mean, he's stamped on this place because when you come into the Pittsburgh International Airport, there's a statue of Franco with the immaculate reception. There's no way you can. I mean, you're flying in from wherever you're flying in, a different country, a different location. The first thing that you're going to see coming in is, the immaculate reception statue, so to speak. So that is definitely a Pittsburgh staple. But from that same era, Joe Green, the whole Coke commercial, and somebody in the comments said, I look like one of I'm the little kid that Joe Green threw the shirt to or some shit. And Terry Bradshaw, I mean, I didn't see none of these people play, but Terry Bradshaw, there's no way anyone is going to mistake Terry Bradshaw for another team. Even Terry Bradshaw even had some animosity towards Pittsburgh. I remember supposedly he didn't come back here for decades because I don't know if he felt some type of way, but he probably hated that he was still associated with Pittsburgh. But anything he did or anything he does until he dies, he's going to be remembered for the 4 Super Bowls in Pittsburgh. So
no, that makes sense. That makes
sense. I didn't want to label each one of them out because that's over. That's 70% of my list. My whole list is over. I would only have 2 picks after that.
Right. No, I get it. I mean, that makes sense. I understand that. So I'm going to go with my number 5. It's going to be Hines Ward.
Oh, you bastard. I mean, we're not like I can't use it because, I mean, Hines is pretty high on my list. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, that's fine. Just very hard-nosed, very indicative of kind of the mentality of the city and i.e. the mentality of the football team at that point in time. There was not going to be anyone that was going to outblock him. Was he the most dynamic wide receiver? No, he wasn't.
No.
He was clutch. He was good.
He was clutch.
But he wasn't out here making, circus catches, but you kind of knew though every play he was giving you 110%, and he was if he wasn't catching the ball, he's putting you on your ass.
Yes. And smiling on top of that.
Yeah, with his weird ass bean head, 100%.
Because he got a little Asian in him, so he definitely had that, like, a little Chinaman in him.
listen, the Blasian was real with this one, fully, 100%. He just was what this city. If the team could build a player that would reflect the team, it's like the city it lived in, that would have been Ward. So
they say tougher than woodpecker lips. Yes. Yeah. Hines Ward, he embodies, in a microcosm of how the city is, and how it's built and what we take pride in. So yeah, Hines is higher on my list, but yeah.
Like we're not good, but we'll fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, who's number 4?
Number 4, because he's in a different sport, I did, and but I didn't see him play. I did separate him from the 70s era, but Roberto Clemente. I've heard so many stories, and how great he was, and that was when the Pirates were actually winning, and We even got a whole bridge dedicated to Roberto Clemente Bridge. And, I just think that, for a baseball team, he embodies the city as well. And I've just heard so many stories. I didn't get a chance to see him play, but he is definitely a very highly regarded and respected athlete from the area.
Yeah, look, I wanted to go that route. I did. I really did. But I couldn't get in bed with the idea that I've never actually seen you play, right? Just you almost wonder. I mean, I know 3,000 hits and all that, but I almost wonder if he didn't die on a humanitarian, mission, if he would have been as big of a deal as he was. And I know that's not great takey. I get it. That's not really a great thing to mention, but it makes you just wonder. There's no way to like go in the Wayback Machine and figure that out. So I didn't want to go with him. I did go with a pirate. And I know it's low hanging fruit, but it's kind of hard not to. It's gonna be McCutchen. He was
when McCutchen went on his little. Did he go to what, Sanford? Didn't he go to another team for a second?
He went to San Fran. He played a little bit in the Yankees. He played a little bit for the Brewers.
Okay. But he'll go down in history remembered as a pirate. Yes. I don't think anyone's gonna.
Exactly. And that's why he makes the list. Just he believes in the city, because I think there's a weird. They believed in him, so he feels like eternally indebted. And he was in the middle of whenever we actually were good, and he was kind of the spark plug. So I think that will always leave a soft spot in people's hearts for him, and he'll always kind of be a Pittsburgh son. But just once again, just kind of like how Hines was. He played hard. He had an edge. He always left it out in the field, no matter how good or bad the team was. You knew what you were getting from Kutch. So I think he is well deserving of being on that list. I would like to put him higher, but can't. It's not happening. So that's my number 4.
All right. Well, number 3, wearing them right here. Yours truly, Ben Roethlisberger. The main reason why I appreciate him as a player is because of that whole 70s thing of, all these great teams. And I'm glad that he brought, in my generation, for me to see 2 Super Bowls get won. Now, Ben, he had the rape allegations, and sometimes in press conferences, he was a little pricked a little bit, a little Aaron Rodgers-ish sometimes. Nothing like Aaron Rodgers, but that's why I don't have him higher. But, Ben was another, a tough son of a bitch. I mean, it's like if quarterbacks, especially the way they get protected nowadays. I mean, I've seen Ben take some wicked hits, bloody noses. I've seen him truck people that he just threw to the ground, to the side. Ben was a runner. He was a scrambler. We won those Super Bowls. I mean, Ben was a legendary player. I'm just glad that I was able to see Super Bowls in my generation. I attribute that to Ben, young Ben, and then a little bit Ben more in his prime when he played down and he threw, that touchdown to Santonio Holmes that had to be like the most perfect pass I've seen, damn near. And I don't know. I mean, he could be a prick, but at the same time, man, I mean, Ben is legendary. He's 2 Super Bowls here in this city, and he was a tough Pittsburgh nose quarterback. He never went nowhere else. He retired. He should have retired a little bit earlier than he did. But yeah, Ben is legendary. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So number 3 is also Ben. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna really like harp on it too much because you kind of hit all the kind of checkpoints there, but just once again, very indicative of what the city kind of was and maybe is. I don't know, but hard to take down. A tough player. Yeah, he was an asshole. I've met him down in Southside. Not a great guy, but also I don't care who. I don't give a shit. We're not gonna be friends. We weren't gonna be friends. I'm all set. I just need
you didn't look at Ben as a motivational speaker. You knew what he did on Sundays, and that was his job. I mean, could he have been more likable? Could he have been, more fan friendly? Of course, but he wasn't. So
cool.
You live with it. What would you rather take? Missing out on 2 Super Bowls that you can claim because he was, signing autographs, or you want to take those Super Bowls? I'm pretty sure you'll take the latter.
Yeah, I'm all set. Don't give a shit. Don't care. But yeah, just not the most talented player, but
no,
his effort and you're gonna, well, yeah, I would say my back 3 definitely fall into the vein of, were they the most talented? No, but it's going to be difficult to find people that are trying harder, that are tougher than those folks. And I think that's once again what radiates, what rings true for us as fans. We appreciate that. Not to say that, other cities don't, but it's just, it's what we've bred, right? I don't really have a better way to put it. It's just what we expect from our people. If you're not looking for consolation, try hard trophies, no, but those try hard people, they usually end up getting a trophy.
Yes. I mean, and some quarterbacks in his same era, Peyton Manning was well known as a finesse guy. He had all the routes, memorized, and he could call audibles and fucking Omaha at the line and all that. If you asked me to do it over, would I take Peyton Manning or Ben? I'm going to take Ben again, because Peyton Manning is a cream puff a little bit. You know what I mean? He's not tough enough for me. Like, it's not, he don't got that Pittsburgh dog in him. And Tom Brady sort of do, but he's arrogant as well, but I appreciate having Ben, It's not about how much success you have, like you said, it's the effort, it's the, tough-hearted, hard-nosed spirit. You would take Peyton Manning.
It's getting my pussy wet here, 100%. It is difficult to not think of.
I don't know if you can get people like Joey Porter and some of those Farriers and Larry Foots and some of those hard to just get behind and rally behind Peyton Manning. I'm sorry, they look at him as a finesse guy.
Peyton had some fire in him though too. You've seen him go at Jeff Saturday a few times, so yeah, I mean, depending. So let's put it this way: they would have to reconstruct the offensive scheme considerably different for Peyton. That's the one thing, and I think offensively we would not look anything like we did. We wouldn't have hard nosed. We would have like Marvin Harrison's or oh God,
Dallas Clark's and
the very ballerina-esque, very
track
right.
I'm sorry.
Like, it'd be different. And could they still win the chips? Maybe with that defense, I would say probably. That wouldn't be. I would be okay with that. But yeah, but I understand I understand exactly what you're saying, though. All right, so we matched up on 3. So what is your number 2?
My number 2, enter in Hines Ward. Here we go.
Okay.
You kind of described it. We don't really need to take and add more to it, but yeah, Hines Ward was, one of my favorite players. I mean, and like you said, he embodied everything that there is about, Pittsburgh. So yeah, here's where I insert Hines Ward, number 2.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that coming. So not for nothing here. I've been watching the chat here too. And it's funny because people are like they're debating who we're going here. Funny. Okay. You guys been to Permanis? I went there once. I had the worst service ever. Never went back. Was not impressed.
Oh, I've been to Permanis plenty of times. I mean, plenty of times you come out of the club or you come out from a bar late night, and Permanis is usually open till maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. And yeah, my favorite sandwich there is double corned beef, add egg. Excellent. I fuck those corned beef sandwiches up.
All right. Here's my question.
Not a big fan of the other ones.
When's the last time you had it sober?
See, because there's one right here on the south side, and I've moved on the south side. So I want to say maybe a year ago, maybe even less than a year, because it's right here. I mean, it's like I do my, switch around. I mean, around here there's a lot of pizza and stuff like that. But, I'll go to Mike and Tony's, get a gyro, or, I'll stop in Permani. So I want to say last year around football season, right around football season.
Well, I just asked because how you said, when you said you went to them, I'm like, that's all inebriation there, friend. Anything is great there.
Yeah. No, I had them sober. Yeah, I'm sober.
Not impressed. I'm not. And plus, I'm not a sauerkraut guy anyway. I'm like, fuck out of here. What are you doing? Get that shit out of here. I don't want that shit on my sandwich or off my sandwich. That fucking get out of here.
Yep.
All right. So number 2, I am going with. Oh, hey, Kyle. Kyle's here now. Hello.
What's up? What's up?
You've missed the majority of the countdown. But we'll recap it at the end, so don't worry about that. My number 2 is going to be Crosby.
Kidding.
Mm-hmm. He came in, absolutely changed the franchise around. Because we were in dark days.
Yes.
And
to be sold.
Yeah. And he came in and honestly, he
in this area.
Well, not even just that. I think he put major eyes nationally on the league because no one cared about hockey. And it's kind of getting back to that point again, unfortunately. But there was a good 10 years where he was can't miss TV. Like he was doing stupidly crazy things and then gold medals for Canada and just doing ridiculous crazy things on the ice that you didn't really see and being able to see his maturing as a player and how it kind of mimicked someone that might be coming up later in my countdown. And it's just very, very interesting. And polarizing too. He's a polarizing player, which is odd.
See, from being, biased in this area, I didn't know that he had that much of a major effect on the game of hockey itself globally. I didn't even know how, like you said, hockey is slowly getting back to the point where nobody cares. I didn't know it was getting bad like that. I just looked at Crosby from a perspective of, in Pittsburgh, he, almighty held Crosby around here, but outside of Pittsburgh, I didn't know that he brought excitement back to the game of hockey itself. Wow.
Well, them, when Ovechkin came in the league there too, they had their rivalry, and that became a fun little, side story. Yeah, I don't think until he is done, people are really going to appreciate what this guy meant to the city and to the game and to the franchise. Like he saved this team. So that is my number 2. Now, real quick, let's do your 5 through 2 for Kyle, so he knows who you had so far, and really just kind of what we're doing here. If he wasn't sure, give him the quick.
Okay. Well, Kyle, my number 5 was actually people from the Pittsburgh Steelers 70s era. It was Joe Green, Terry Bradshaw, and Franco Harris. Those people have staples on this city. My number 4 was Roberto Clemente, and I didn't see him play.
Okay, yeah, you're busting up a bunch.
I am.
Yeah, you were. I don't know if you're too close to it or what, but
okay.
Like we heard you. I just didn't want you to keep going there and it be all underwatery there. So
choppy. Okay.
Yeah. So
should I repeat my 5th?
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, just start over. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, my 5th was 3 people from the Steelers 70 era: Joe Green, Terry Bradshaw, and Franco Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And I combined them into one from the 70s era. Another person in the 70s era was my number 4 is Roberto Clemente. My number 3 is Ben Roethlisberger. And my number 2 is Hines Ward.
And just real quick, Kyle, so obviously it's kind of apparent, but you may be special, so I got to make sure. This was a draft from, I believe it was a mixture of Stones and Rams. It was some, I don't know, it was after like a long lovemaking session, and they had an idea and they messaged me like, hey, let's do a thing. I'm like, oh, whatever, fine. So it was top 5 Steelers or top 5 Pittsburgh athletes in our opinion, not necessarily the GOATs of the games, but our personal 5. So my 5 were I start with Hines Ward. That was my 5. Number 4 was McCutcheon. Number 3 kind of coincided with Jermaine, and I did good old Bennigan. And number 2, as you heard, was Mr. Crosby. So what do you got for 1, man? What are you doing here? What do you got?
My number 1 is Troy Polamalu.
Interesting. Okay.
You know how we stated that you probably wasn't, a lot of the players probably wasn't the best at their position, and they gave all effort and all of that. Troy was a hybrid of both. He was the best at his position. He was an instant first ballot Hall of Famer. He changed the entire game of the NFL. Especially the way people, everyone compared him to Ed Reed, but Troy was before Ed Reed. I'm sorry for you Ravens fans out there, but
fuck the Ravens.
Troy was a Tasmanian devil. I mean, the guy. I've never seen a
fucking problem. He was that phrase before that phrase was common. He was a fucking problem.
All day. I mean, I've never seen a player that could be, before the snap, could be right there at the line about to rush the passer, and then as soon as the ball gets snapped, he's in the back, defensive backfield, making an interception. I mean, this guy had unbelievable, unmatched talent. I've never seen it before.
Cliche. He was a walking cliche because, once again, he was the cliche of he was playing chess when people were playing checkers. Like he I don't know how you were that good at this. Like It's almost like everyone else was on a tape delay.
Everybody else was on like a DVR recording, and he was on live, where he was a couple seconds ahead of everybody. And I know it had got to the end where he was about to play for Arizona, but then he just ended up retiring. So he never played for another team.
Yeah,
he's well known. He's part of those Super Bowls.
Yeah, and just iconic look, iconic ability, like iconic plays. Just not difficult. I mean, I don't know why I was surprised that would be your number one. I think it's pretty easy to figure out who my number one is. Kind of obvious here. It's going to be Mario.
I definitely knew that's where you were at. Okay.
Not fucking close. Yeah, look, simply put, he is the greatest to play the game. Came back from cancer. Literally bought and saved the team. Is about to rebuy the team again, which is interesting.
Oh, really?
He's putting his hat back in the ring to kind of get ownership of a portion of it. It's a whole thing. I don't know if it's really going to happen or not, but whatever. Okay. But different. Sorry, boys, but sleepies. So Lemieux, was in that same period of Gretzky, and they had their own little kind of back and forth thing, but it was a different game in the 80s and in the 90s. It was a different game, obviously. I don't know if they would do as well as they did back then as they did before, because there was some different rules and you got away with different things, whatever. But it's like you talk about someone that played their whole career here, then owned the team, came in and bought the team and owned the team when we already owed him money. Like,
and then had Sydney living with him is what I mean. The next up and prodigy living with him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to beat the dead horse, but it's an easy number one. Now, here's what's interesting. You keep mentioning Bettis. Bettis wasn't good. He was just fat. Bettis was fat and just ran a good line. Like, sorry, Bettis is not great.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did have Bettis at my honorable mention, but I mean, I don't quite put him up there with some of the people I named. No.
Bettis was all Bettis is chubbier Derrick Henry in Tennessee. Like, who was the? Marco. What was his fucking name behind Henry?
You said who was behind Henry?
Yeah, not DeMarcos. I can't think of his name. Super Bowl champion. So is Kenny Pickett. Go fuck yourself. Like, that means nothing. Means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I never understood like the whole thing for Bettis. Bettis was, I'm sorry.
I mean, he had the cute name, the whole bus, get on the bus, the wheels of the bus go round and round. But, Bettis never had that breakaway speed. Of course, he's too big. I mean, he was just he's a kill clock back. He's a back that, I mean, you got 4 minutes left and you need to grind out that clock. Bettis is your man. But if you're down by 2 or 3 touchdowns, Bettis is not your man. He's not going to get you back in the game.
No.
Willie Stargell.
Yeah. So, well, once again, like my thing is I try to kind of keep it to players that I actually got to see, so I wanted to be genuine about my picks and not just kind of say, well, Pops was, that's what, and then that one, and the whole, like, what am I gonna say? I never fucking saw the guy fucking play, so
Yeah. I
I
mean,
get
you
it.
figure the Super Bowl that we won with Bettis, it was because of Bettis and the combination of Bettis and Willie Parker. If you only got Willie Parker breaking that 70, 75-yard run in that Super Bowl, it'd be a whole different outcome. Bettis just wasn't a game changer. I mean,
No.
he was, nice, slow and steady like a bus.
Right. And no one likes a bus ever. So sorry. But yeah, I mean, not throwing shade on him or anything like that. I never really kind of looked at him as a strong contributor to anything other than like diabetes. So like, just kind of you were the running back, you were there, and you were overweight, and you really kind of made your money in the end of the third and the fourth quarter when all we did
Everybody
was
was tired.
Yeah, we would run 5 out of 4 downs, so it's like
5 out of 4 downs.
like we were running punts, so it's kind of like one of those deals where like, oh yeah, you should be kind of gashing defenses at that point. Like that's what happens. So yeah, those are my kind of top 5. I mean, obviously people are disagreeing. I mean, and that's fine. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of this.
Supposed to be, yeah. No, everybody's not supposed to lay down and just
right.
All have the same opinion. That's how we're all different people.
Right. And that's the whole thing. Like I said, the whole point was what is our personal kind of top 5 athletes. So once again, it was a great pick. It was a great draft idea. It was fun, especially how it worked. That it's kind of, because I swear to God, I did the spinning wheel thing, and I was outside smoking a cigarette, having the puppies go potty, and I was like, didn't we just fucking do this?
Yeah.
Like, no, we didn't. It was slightly different, but
yeah, when you text me the topic and you were like, man, this is gonna be great, and I'm like, we just did it, and I was like, no, it's kind of different because you said moments, a certain moment that you captured as opposed to the all around athlete,
Yeah. You think that's the case? That is not the case. I promise you that.
Top 5 places to visit. I don't have too many.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, man. Because once again, if you live here, like, we don't have a lot that's not like pretentious and douchey.
One amusement park is called Kennywood. That's about it. Everything else depends on your lifestyle. What are you looking for? Restaurants? Are you looking for theater? Like, what exactly are you looking for? There's nothing that you just come here and be like, oh my God, this is Pittsburgh's main attraction.
No. There's so many different. I guess that is one cool thing. I mean, it does have so many different personalities, so you don't have to. You're not kind of just, pigeonholed in the airport to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Number 1 place to visit in Philly? Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, Philly is If you're a rat on the street, yeah, you got that 100% correct. If you're a rat on the street, Philly's your city.
The bridge is.
It looks like all the other bridges. It's just got a different name on it.
The thing, it's every other fucking bridge. It really is, and
that just happens to be the bridge that directly leads to PNC Park. But all the rest of it's surrounded by like 3 or 4 other bridges that look exactly like it.
Yeah, it's like that. Then right down the road is like the 10th Street Bridge, and then there's like the fucking it's just the whole like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody cares about it. Now, I will say this. I know I mentioned it earlier. Please add more options in the Patreon thing. Add ideas for the wheel. I mean, within reason, obviously, I will add them to the wheel. I can't imagine you people are going to do anything stupid and add something that's like, what are you doing? Come on, be smarter. I don't see that happening. So pretty much anything you kind of put out there is going to be in the wheel. I mean, we're going to add stuff too. I just haven't really done anything new lately, and I haven't asked you to do anything new or
No.
anything like that. It's just
I've basically getting the football off the ground, so that was kind of taken.
That's the thing. Like, I think we're both kind of just swamped and like, oh wow, hold on, I forgot there's things here, because also we haven't had a live show in about 2 weeks, so because the whole vacation thing. Now, speaking of live shows, tomorrow we got football. It's going to be a giant show, just like how it's going to normally be from now on for Saturdays. So new spreadsheet, new spreads. I'll be sending you the spreads in the morning so you can make your picks. I'll put the I'll put a I think I'll put a blank version of the spreadsheet on there for the boys so they can kind of just copy and not really copy and paste, but at least have the, okay, this is how we want it to look, yada yada yada.
Oh yeah, you got my money earlier today and Kemp's money for the fantasy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All good.
Yep. I was too busy border squads, and so I was like, yeah, give me my money, ho. So, but yeah, Jermaine won last week, so he got 10 full doll hairs from me. But yeah, I what I want to actually do is upload the Google Doc to the Patreon, but it says you have to sign in, and I don't know if it's asking if you need to sign in with your own credentials or if you were trying to sign in under my credentials, which obviously that's not going to happen for you. I will upload. I'll upload both just to see, because if it does let you kind of upload it and then do, well, no, because actually that's not going to work, because it's going to be read only, so you can't even add anything to it. So doing that's not going to do you any good. So I'm just going to upload the picture. Never mind. I thought that out in real time. Anyway, so tomorrow at 8:00, we'll see you. We got all those things kind of ready to go, and going to tilt a little bit, talk about Thursday's, whatever you want to call that, Thursday game.
Yeah, your text was spot on when we were mid in the game. You was like, "This is not a fun game." It was not. It was a great game on paper, but it was not fun to watch.
Yeah, Green Bay has a bunch of Palomalus on their team, and I don't know what you do about that. I don't know how you handle that. But yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for showing up, boys. Thanks for the comments in here. Remember, add to the Patreon or share the Patreon too. I don't care. Get me monies. I want all the monies. I'm gonna buy all the dog treats and all the Blue Chew apparently, because apparently that's what I need is Blue Chew, according to Stoney. That's cool. That's great. Love to hear that. All right. So see you tomorrow.
Thanks for everybody for joining.